What's going on, everyone? My name is Where We Don't Care. My name is, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ridley Scott's Napoleon. All right, so I've been through this before. I'm a huge fan of any film or documentary that's about a historical event or a person from a important part of history. And when I heard that Ridley Scott, who had directed films like Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven, just to name a few, when I heard he was going to direct the movie about the little general himself, Napoleon Bonaparte, I told my wife, we're gonna check this movie out. I'm glad we did because this film was a lot of fun. So the movie focuses on the life of Napoleon Bonaparte, or rather, some parts of his life, because let's be honest, you're not going to be able to tell the whole story of Napoleon Bonaparte in just 2 hours and 40 minutes, or even 4 hours for that matter, because I think it would have been way too long. But it does talk about his early life before we get to the his involvement with the French Revolution, to his rise to power, to becoming emperor, and him trying to keep that power. Obviously, this film's not going to be 100% accurate. Let's be honest. No film that's about a historical event or person is going to be 100% accurate. But I do love how they show Napoleon as an ambitious person throughout the story. We see that he has a chip on his shoulder. He's someone who's wanted to be someone very important, but due to his position, he was never going to do that the normal way. Napoleon, for those who don't know this, was born not in a noble or royal family. He was born as a normal citizen who tried to rise in the ranks of the military, but was overlooked by those who have connections and have power. So when we see the events of the French Revolution, we see him using that as an opportunity to get where he needs to go. He grew in popularity with the people due to his victories against France's enemies. This eventually led him gaining the power he's been looking for, and eventually becoming the Emperor of France, and eventually even begin conquering all of Europe. The only flaw I can have with the plot is there are it feels like they've cut out certain scenes that would have gone into more details and depth about how we got to this certain moment in this movie. And I'm like, wow, that doesn't seem right. Well, how did we get there? So I was like, did you guys cut that out because it was too long? It's not really surprising though. I mean, we've seen this happen before with Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven, when they let him pretty much cut out a lot of the other stuff because the movie was going on too long. Thankfully, we got the director's cut, which ended up being a much better version than we got with the theater version. So I'm hoping we get a director's cut for this one too, because I kind of feel like there's certain stuff you could have kept in the movie that would have made this a little better with the plot. But thankfully, the actors still made it a fun story to still be told. Before I get to the actors, at least to my praises about them, I do only have one flaw with them, and that's the accents. Now, we knew from the trailer Joaquin was not going to give us a legit French accent, even I kind of wish he would. But I didn't expect everyone to give us other accents that didn't match the places that the characters are said to be from. Um, Other than that, though, the actors all did a fantastic job with Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby, pretty much in my view, stealing the show. I love how the movie shows Napoleon being a flawed man. He wasn't perfect. We all knew that, but for those who didn't know, he was a very flawed man. He can make mistakes. He really believed a lot of him in himself and believed he was this great military leader, which he was, but he was someone who didn't think he made mistakes, who didn't think that the mistakes were caused by him. It was from something else. Um, so King did a great job showing us this very flawed man, but showed that this man was also very brilliant and someone who wanted to do what was best for his country. And the chemistry he had with Vanessa's character, Josephine, Napoleon's first wife, showed how the two worked each other so well with one another. Yes, their relationship wasn't perfect, but they did have problems with one another, but they did show there was a bit of love between the two. And if you read the history of Napoleon, you see what happened when, what happened to her and how hard it was for Napoleon to do what he did. Um, but I do love how the plot did a great job showing that, and with the actors who just made it work. As for the visuals, the way the film was shot, the sets, the music, the battles, it was all amazing. I love Ridley Scott how he shoots his films, especially for big battles, for conflicts, for dramatic moments. I thought he did a great job with that. I also love how the set looks as well and how everyone dressed. I'm like, oh my God, it looks amazing. This is so beautiful. I love it so much. And the battles. They were so, they were perfect. I loved the battles. They were gruesome, and let's be honest, back then they were terrifying. They were gruesome. It's a lot different how battles are done now. Ridley Scott didn't hold back. He showed how terrifying and brutal these battles were. There was even a scene where a freaking horse got hit with a cannonball in the chest. Like, oh man, that's horrifying to see. But it helps show how these battles were fought back then compared to how they fought now. And I love the music used in this film, especially for the battles. Great job. The only flaw I can have is I kind of wish we did see more battles. They showed that Napoleon has had many battles, but they didn't show them all. I'm like, kind of wish you showed a little bit more because I wanted more of what you were showing us. There are some comedic moments, which thankfully were not cringe or were, and during inappropriate times. I thought, okay, those were not bad. I actually laughed at those jokes. They were good. Um, so do I think Napoleon is the best film Ridley Scott has done? No, absolutely not. It's still an amazing film and one I'm very happy to have gone to see with my wife. It's a movie that is flawed. Uh, and it's still a good, but it's still a good movie. I still liked it. It's a fun movie. It's one that I think a lot of people will still enjoy, and I hope we see Ridley Scott do more of these biopic films with epic battles because he does a great job with those. So that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, if you have a different opinion about this film, or what you think about the any other Ridley Scott films, if comments below, let me know what you think. I highly recommend this movie, guys. I really do. If you guys have a different opinion about it, let me know. Please subscribe to my channel, keep up to date with my videos. Subscribe to T3 Media's channel, subscribe to their channel, keep up to date with their videos. And I'll see you next time, give you more love and more entertainment. Until then, take care, be safe, sorry. Love y'all, and goodbye.